This is Chris Ken with your Core Complete Leg Lowering Daily Posture Circuit. For a leg lowering circuit, one of the most important things that we're going to think about here is that we want to prioritize volume for the weaker side. So for example, if your left side cleared the doorway, but your right side did not, I want you to perform double the volume for the weaker side, the side that did not clear the doorway. This goes most importantly for the mobility drills that we'll demonstrate. So for example, if you perform one drill on the strong side, you're going to perform two on the right, just so we get that kind of double the volume to help to even out that imbalance we have going on. With this same principle in mind, however, we're still going to foam roll symmetrically. We're going to release each area. We're still going to do both legs with everything. We just want to do a little longer on the weaker side. So with that said, our first activity is rolling our foot. Okay, when I say rolling, we're just using sort of a self-massage device to just kind of get into some of the trigger points and lesions that have formed along the muscle. What I've got here is a lacrosse ball down here. You can also use a tennis ball, which is a little bit lighter. You're not going to get as focused of a roll with this, but if you have a lot of restriction in these areas, you might start with the kind of the lighter implement, the tennis ball, and move to something like a lacrosse ball or something even smaller like a golf ball. That really gets into there nicely. But what we're going to do is just start at my heel here, just rolling along the back of the foot, the ball of the foot, starting to just move along the outside of the foot, coming up to the front. Really, and I'm just looking for spots that feel, rolling along the middle here, just looking for spots that feel like they're out of place. It might come in kind of the form of a lump. You might feel just an area that kind of feels like a stitch, whatever it may be. These are lesions or kind of knots that have formed in what we call the plantar fascia. And what I want you to do is just find that spot, press into it. Once you get there, just start to wiggle your toes over it and just stomp on it like you're stepping on an ant or something until it starts to release and you feel it kind of start to iron out. All right, we're going to spend about anywhere from 1 to 3 minutes on these areas and kind of find your spots. You'll start to figure out where you are tight or where you have these restrictions and focus on that area. Wiggle over it until it releases, and then find another spot. It's just kind of a gradual process. From here, we're going to move to our calf. All right, with the calf, what I'm going to do, start here at kind of the base of my Achilles tendon. We're going to roll all the way up to kind of right behind the kneecap. Right, what we can do is turn the foot outside to kind of hit these lateral areas here. I find that men are more knotted up here usually because you're shifting the weight onto the outside of your foot. With females, oftentimes we have more restriction here in the medial calf, or kind of the inner calf, just due to things like pronation and wear to heels and whatnot. But what I want you to do is just roll along, kind of search these areas out. Once again, you're going to find a knot or a sore spot that kind of indicates a trigger point or a spot of restriction. When you find that spot, I simply want you to press down. You can cross the other leg over it, sort of tack it down, oscillate with the down foot. So I'm just kind of moving the foot over here. I'm just kind of giving it a little bit of pressure, kind of like a jackhammer, just trying to really get into that area. Okay, once again, I'm going to spend anywhere from 1 to 3 minutes on each side, and then I'm going to move to our final area, our hamstring. I'll be right back here. Just got to get a chair, because what we're going to do here is actually take the ball. I want you to sit down. We're going to put the ball under the hamstring, kind of just roll along until you find a tighter sore spot. I'm rolling from right at the top of my knee all the way up to the base of my hip. I just find that spot, kind of roll the inner area and the outer area. Once you find that spot, just press down on it and just extend the leg up and down. This is just putting a little bit more pressure on it, once again, like a jackhammer, just trying to get out some of that tension. All right, once again, 1 to 3 minutes, and then we're going to move into our mobility drills. Okay, so for our first mobility drill, what I want you to do is just line your back. All right, we're going to straighten one leg out, pull one knee to the chest hard, all right, tighten your abs, and you're just going to extend up like this. All right, what you're trying to do here is just try to get a little bit more motion with each one. All right, the goal eventually is to extend this out. Now, as you can see, my hamstring here is tight, and this is something that I do on a daily basis just to kind of maintain some mobility in this area. All right, so again, just try to come up, just try to gain a little bit of range of motion with each movement to the top here until we gain some pretty substantial range of motion. And again, with these mobility drills, I want you to do them as many times as you can throughout the day. All right, 15 to 20 on one side, 15 to 20 on the other side, and then we're going to move to our final drill, which is called leg lowering. All right, with the leg lowering, what I want to do is actually put one leg up on a wall here. All right, you're going to feel the stretch in this leg, and then what we're going to do is simply move this leg up and down. At the same time, press into the ground, attempt to tighten your abs and just move slowly. As you come to the bottom here, you're going to feel a pronounced stretch here at the top leg. Take a deep breath, hold for a second and come back. All right? We want to emphasize slow and controlled movement. Hold for 1 to 2 seconds and come back up. And again, 15 to 20 reps on each side. Prioritize movement for the weaker side. All right? Perform those mobility drills as many times as you can throughout the day. I want you to, roll and stretch or roll one time a day, 1 to 3 minutes in each position, and that is your corrective exercise for your leg lowering test.